Coach, back-to-back nights against some of the top teams out there. What are you looking for to make sure the guys don't lose their confidence and they can still, play hard out there for you?
Well, to try to keep things, as consistent as possible with what we want to do every day, and that's we bring the same energy and effort every day. Maybe we have to go deeper into our bench. Maybe we have to shorten the rotation times that they play. Whatever it is, you have to adjust. Everybody has these games, and those were two really good teams that we played tonight. We were very anxious, excited to go into this two-game stretch just to see where we were at, what we need to do, have a chance to compete and take that challenge. And we saw, two very good teams the last two nights with Miami and Milwaukee. There's a reason they're where they're at in the standings.
Saying that you went into these two games to see where you're at. I mean, now that you're out of them and you have two losses like this, where do you think you guys are?
Well, we'll go back, we'll look at the video again and see, what we did well. We looked at last night's game and saw some things that were positive and things that we liked that we can build on. And we'll go back and we'll look at this one too. I think early we look at this game right away and you say we had a game plan going in. This is the #1 paint team in the NBA. They average almost 54 points a game in the paint, which is a high number. They had 16 at the half. So our game plan, we had to take something away. You can't take everything away from them. So we tried to take the paint, and they hit, their first 6 threes of the game, so it gave them a little bit of a cushion, but we kept coming back. I think we had it 8, 9, a couple different times, and then it would go back to 12, and we had to work it back down. They hit a big shot at the end of the half that stretched it back into double figures again. But so that's what I would look at. We had a game plan, we stuck with it, even though they made the 6 shots. We didn't, waver in that. We tried to stay with it. We tried to go back at them. They're the #1 offensive team, #1 defensive team in the NBA, and you saw why. So I like that we stuck with the plan. I like, some of the things that we were able to do. We just, we didn't make enough shots early to really challenge those things and put more pressure on them.
Coach, I guess you partly answered the question. I know you want to get off to a faster start, but what are some of the things you're seeing, last night and tonight that kind of stagnated or slowed your starts? Well,
I think they were different. I thought tonight we were really focused on trying to do some things. I think we missed some shots that we usually make. We got some of the same shots, which is a good thing. We were executing. Guys know where their shots come, and they didn't go down. So it's difficult. When you see the other team, they start making shots, and we stayed within ourselves and we kept working through it and just couldn't get close enough, as I said, past that 8-point whatever, I think it was 8 maybe, where we cut it after we got down, that we kept getting it back to 8, and we were on the verge. We needed one more stop and a score to take that next step.
You had made the lineup change today, and you guys got off to I think it was 23-6 a couple minutes in. Did you like what you saw from Alfred, and I guess kind of what you think about that lineup? Well,
we go back again and kind of look. I mean, Alfred had 10 assists and 2 turnovers. And so the one thing we've seen him do consistently here as he's come back from his injury is he's helping other people. And you have to have that facilitator and that guy that does it. And he's taken, that role, and he's done a very good job with it. And again, I'll be repetitive, but we've continued, when we've needed it and the game calls for it, we've used all the guards. We needed somebody downhill, so we gave Dennis a shot in there too, and he was able to get downhill and break through it, and keep working the game as we were trying to make our way back.
Second straight game for Mitchell fouling out. Why do you think that is after he seemed to keep that in check for a string of games there?
Well, last night it was really late in the game when he fouled. He played 28 minutes. So it didn't, the game last night I don't think really limited anything. That's about, that's more than his average of what he's playing. So I think he's done a really good job. I think you go back and look at the number of plays that he's in and how many times he has made verticality plays. He's keeping his hands back. He's guarding guys out on the floor and not fouling. I think he's showed a lot of progress there. So I I don't see that really as a setback, in terms of how he has continued his development. I think, it's another step. He played against, the two top teams in the East, and took on those challenges that come with it.
For two things, will you plan to keep Alfred as the starter for Monday?
We'll have to take a look and see what is best for our group, and we're going to look at this film and see, where we felt like our strengths were, and take a look at it like we've always been doing. But he's been playing very consistently. He really has.
Okay. The other thing is, what have you thought of Knox lately? He obviously played very well tonight. Had a few blocks, a few steals. What have you thought of just him the last few games?
Really like the aggressiveness that he's playing with the blocks that you're talking about. He's getting those drives. He's taking that ball, in at the bigs. They're a difficult team with their coverages. There's a reason they're the top team, and they're really good at what they do. So there weren't a lot of openings, but he was driving it down there, taking contact and being aggressive. Wasn't just, one-dimensional where he was looking, for perimeter shots. He was moving. He was cutting. He shot some, a couple of floaters, and I like that. I like to see that versatility. He's going to continue to score more as he does that.
With Alonzo Trier, throughout the season, he's been garbage time minutes, hasn't gotten a lot of games. Do you see it an opportunity for him to get more minutes here, crack the rotation, and what have you seen from him in general?
Well, we know we've got confidence in Zoe. We know what he can do, and we've gotten into some tough situations where we need some scoring, and we've called his number. We've went to him, and he comes in and does what he does. He makes some plays. So we haven't, there's not anybody right now that's not in the mix for, getting more playing time, and we'll continue to look at things as we go.
Okay, next question. Do you have to talk to Frank about that decision going in from the starting line and putting Alfred in, or is that something that really?
You repeat the first part?
Do you talk to Frank about the decision to put Alfred into the starting lineup?
We did speak, but it's not. We speak before every game, so it's not. It's not anything that's any different. I spoke with probably 7 or 8 of the guys, if not more than that, as they came in from their workouts today. So we try to, particularly with these games when they hit, we really try to keep our communication open as we go. So, thanks.
Julius, this Bucks team, they're just so incredibly deep. They're down a couple of starters, and the guys that they fill in have a lot of length. What kind of challenge is it to pick these guys up defensively?
It's a challenge. Honestly, they went 6 for 6 from the 3-point line to start the game, that was our game plan, to make the other guys make shots. And they did to start the game, and then they cooled off. But we didn't make shots to start the game, which hurt us. And then at the start of the third quarter, we didn't make shots again, and they made shots, kind of how they did start the game, and that's what hurt us. Started the third and started the first.
Yeah, and you're mentioning that your game plan was to make other guys hit shots, but then at the same time, you also wanted to take away the paint, which you did effectively. But then there's those 3-pointers that they're just knocking down. So what do you do in a situation where if you effectively take away the paint, now they're hitting threes?
There was a couple threes I felt like we could have got to, or as offensive rebounds where they kicked out at crucial times. But also on the offensive end, I feel like, certain times we hurt ourselves, just taking just rush shots or, shots that, like we wanted them to kick out and take, certain shots I feel like they wanted us to take. And, we kind of hurt ourselves with that rather than working the game.
RJ, this Bucks team, arguably the best team in the league right now, with the way that they are just so effective and efficient on both ends of the floor. What do you take away from this game in terms of what it takes to be the best in this league?
They kept going all game, no matter if we made a run or not. They kept going all game, and it's tough when we have a stretch in the third quarter where we don't score. But they have one of the best players in the world, and they really play around them, and they make their shots, so it was tough.
You're pointing out the third quarter stretch where you guys are struggling to hit shots. What do you think was going on there?
Just couldn't make one. We were getting good looks, shots we normally make. And, to be a good team like that, we can't have those stretches.